In the early days of the automobile industry, Henry Ford called his top 12 engineers into his office and he said, "You know, I'd like to give our customers a transmission that'll shift itself." They didn't even have a name for the thing back then. And they said to him, "Henry, you're out of your mind. It'll take us a decade. It'll take us 12 years just to research such a thing." And he said, "Well, we better get started early in the morning then." Again, he was exhibiting that characteristic that great creative masters have, of committing to their outcome before they know exactly how they're going to do it. They left that meeting cussing at him under their breath. They went out and they researched, they developed, they manufactured, and they delivered to their customers the very first Ford Hydromatic automatic transmission 9 months later. Because it's not what the vision is, it's what the vision does. It's not what the vision is, it's what the vision process does. And the vision process is all about developing and utilizing structural tension. Now, when I was 15 years old, 3 things happened to me that changed my life forever. My father gave me a book at 15 called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book was at the time a compendium of the principles of human achievement and life fulfillment. And it filled me with a passion for those principles that really drives the purpose of my life to this very day. My mother, not to be outdone in trying to influence me with literature, gave me a little booklet called The Knack of Using Your Subconscious Mind. I got all this stuff running in my brain when I'm 15, and I'm feeling a little agitated. And the Olympic Games were broadcast on television from Tokyo, Japan. And I saw Peter Snell from New Zealand win the 800 and 1500 meter runs in the same Olympic Games. I was so inspired by this that night I went into my room. I sat down on my little bed and I decided right then and there at the age of 15, I was going to become an Olympic champion as a distance runner. Now, prior to this moment, I never even liked to walk to school in the mornings. So there was a big gap between where I was with my current reality and where I now had suddenly chosen to go with my desired reality as an Olympic champion on a world-class level as a distance runner. And yet the bigger the gap, the larger the energy and creativity response from within. If your commitment to your vision is strong enough and persistent enough over a period of time. 6 weeks later, I was running 6 miles a day, 7 days a week. This freaked my parents out. This actually freaked me out. This is the only method yet discovered that actually creates energy from within the human system independent of your sleep and your diet and your health patterns. I never made it to the Olympics, but 6 months later, I was running 12 miles a day. And 2 years later, I did win the California State High School Cross Country Championship, and I was offered 5 full-ride athletic scholarships to major universities in America. I went to UCLA on an athletic scholarship, and what you see there on the board is me taking the lead in the final lap of the mile at the dual meet against USC, one of the great crosstown rivalries in all of collegiate athletics at Drake Stadium. You can see it's just packed shoulder to shoulder in the stands. And I won that thing going away that afternoon. And when you look at this photo, just don't tell me your answer, but just think to yourself, have the years been kind to Bodine? I never made it to the Olympics. I never even made it to the Olympic trials, but I was stadium record holder in the 2-mile at Drake Stadium, and I was team captain, and I graduated from UCLA with 2 degrees in speech communications and social psychology, absolutely free of charge. I never made it to the Olympics, but I got so much from that period of my life because it's not what the vision is, it's what the vision does.